What's up, y'all? It's LJ here. Thank you for tuning in for my podcast. Today, we have Derek, a.k.a. Loudmouth, who is a Columbus native who raps about cancer. Derek, what's up?
What's up? What's going on, man? How's it going?
Just chilling, every day, working hard. You know the vibes.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how you got started rapping? Like, have you always wanted to be a rapper, or
Well,
what's up?
it started off when it was like, high school, middle school. We started off rapping, and a couple people, like only certain crews started off breakdancing, and then turned into like more like hip hop. Dealing with the culture and the nature of the streets. And as growing up, we was always around music our whole life. Whether if it was always making songs, like representing our hood, what side of town we from, or certain people, different sides of towns, different gangs. Growing up in that type of particular community, music was always something that we always did. Music comes along with the streets. So yeah, I've always loved hip hop and music. And once I realized that I could write lyrics and write my own lyrics and perform my own words, I guess it kind of set me apart. It's a difference between an MC, a lyricist, and then somebody who can just rap. So
Have you always wanted to be a rapper, or?
not really. It kind of just came. I mean, being a rapper is something that kind of just happens. It's not like some people who want to be a rapper, but it's some people who are just born to be a rapper. It's like it's just like if you can get a message across and you can write the lyrics and people like it, no matter what you're talking about. It's just something that you have to be born with that.
You feel like you was born to be a rapper?
Yeah, I feel like I was born with it. I was born with it. The way I put words together, and the way I can rap about anything.
Yeah, because it was powerful the way that you were rapping before we started shooting. Like, I was impressed. That's good, man. So 3 years ago, you had an interview with NBC4 for the Race for the Cure. How did you feel at that moment when that interview was going on with the news?
I was excited, man. It was kind of felt like they really acknowledged me and for what I was doing. Like that's like kind of like a high honor, when they ask you to interview you on the news and they want to hear your story, about my girlfriend passing away from cancer and everything, and what got me into music. So I was kind of intrigued by that. I was definitely excited.
Do you feel like your message is getting the attention that it deserves? Like, do you feel like stuff is changing?
Yeah, I do. I feel like the message is getting out there more and more every year. The more and more the people hear about it. The message about cancer is a lot of people don't even take a look at cancer or even begin to even look in that direction until it affects them. And I was one of them too. I was doing Buckeye songs. It was a time when we was just making all these songs. Like, I'm making hood songs and street songs and songs about life and everything. And then we started making Buckeye songs. And then I had a song that was on the radio, and kind of I thought I always wanted to do something positive because everybody else was doing the negative. So it's like when somebody say, "Hey man, let me hear you rap. You still rap?" And I'm gonna say something positive, either about Ohio State or about cancer. But
do you mind if I show the viewers your news broadcast with NBC4?
no, that's fine. Yeah, I want
Okay,
you to
all right, yeah. Well, take a look, guys. Here it goes.
Even during a pandemic, thousands of people are supporting one of the country's biggest fundraisers to end breast cancer. The Komen Columbus Race for the Cure kicked off virtually today. NBC4's Catherine Ross shows us how the event is still helping families and survivors cope in the midst of the coronavirus outbreak.
This is an iconic event here in Columbus. Every year, the Race for the Cure turning downtown pink. Now this year, things may look a little bit different, but the message and the goal is still the same. What this year's in-person crowd lacks in numbers, they're trying to make up for in enthusiasm.
Searching for a cure, there has to be a cure.
Derek Ivory, known as Loudmouth, has been calling for a cure since his girlfriend Mimi was diagnosed with breast cancer. She passed away from the disease in 2017.
it was just a short period of time. I would say within 6 months.
Within that time, the couple started writing songs full of facts and inspiration.
Her dream was to just not let anybody forget or have to go through this. And so that's what I'm trying to relay across to people.
For the past several years, he's been relaying that message to the 20,000 people taking part in the race for the cure. This year, he and others are showing their support virtually.
It's definitely different, but people are interacting online, and so we're feeling a little bit of that community and that virtual hug that we enjoy every year.
A few thousand people are raising money from where they are for groundbreaking research, treatment, and help for patients and families.
You might do jumping jacks in your living room, you might do a dance party, you might walk around your neighborhood, however you want to celebrate. That's what we're encouraging folks to do.
And for folks like Loudmouth, it's still a chance to keep Mimi's memory alive.
She would be so proud, man. I know that she's looking down on me.
And it's not too late to donate or even participate in the race for the cure this year. Just head over to NBC4i.com for all the details. Local for you in Westerville, Captain Ross, NBC4.
This past weekend was the 2024 Columbus Race for the Cure. How'd that go?
It went lovely, man. They all the runners. I got a DJ. We set up. We get down there. They block the roads off about like 7 or 8. That's when the race starts. Me and my DJ get down there. We got a tent and everything in case it rains. And for the last couple of years, you know, we on Broad and High, you know, and we set up on the corner, and then I just grabbed a microphone. We play different various tracks and different beats, you know, and I rap too about cancer, giving the runners the inspiration while they're going down through on their race, you know, just for that moment in time with the music. They're hearing facts about cancer. They're hearing something about cancer, you know what I mean? I'm definitely subject content related, you know what I mean? Because like, if you're gonna rap, whatever you rap about, you have to be true to it. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, when I took this on to rap about cancer, it's because I want to do it. It's not because anybody else want to do it. My girlfriend, before she passed away from cancer, we sat down and we thought, well, maybe we can come up with some songs. I thought I was gonna make a hit song to have enough money to save her, but it didn't happen like that, man. And then it kind of really affected me, and I still can't get over it. That's why I'm stuck in this.
That's deep, man. I'm sorry for your loss, man.
Yeah, I want to keep getting this message out so nobody has to go through what I'm going through. That's what my inspiration is. Like, I'm not gonna stop, you know.
But don't stop. Keep it going, because as you can see, you hear like the message is still being spread. It's not over. You know what I mean? But did you get great footage of the race last weekend?
Not this time. Not this time.
Okay.
I didn't get good footage this time because I had some technical difficulties. But
I'll show previous years and stuff, that the footage you got, and
I always do the nationwide children's shows. I just added that on the last 3 years. I did that for 3 years. That's the Nationwide Children 5K run. They have accepted me, you know, in this fight against cancer because these organizations wanted the people to do music, but like you said, your subject has to be clean, you know, and it has to keep it on topic. And I felt like, you know, like if I could sit down and write a song about the streets or the hood or about something negative, then the same energy, less or even more, is also going to go into something positive. You know, I look up the facts about cancer. I see what I like, I put words together, and I put it together until it rhymes and until it's entertaining for the people because, you know, it's not like I'm just sitting there dictating to them. You know, I want them to enjoy what they're hearing and have fun with it. You know, maybe kids, but this is like an entertainment music. Like, you don't have to always dance anything negative. So,
right.
I want to give something positive.
Are you opposed to like rapping about any other issues in the world, like world hunger, the genocide happening in Palestine, the crisis happening in Congo?
No, I'm not against any other issues right now. It's just right now I'm more focused on cancer. Some of the issues I don't want to get involved with. You know, like I have my own viewpoints, but like I feel like in this lane, I'm with the cancer is something that I really truly believe in. I believe cancer is a number one issue. It's the number 2 cause of death. It's very important, and you know we haven't found a cure, and this fight against cancer is getting bigger. But I'm not against the other issues, but that's not what what my cause is.
How long have you been rapping about cancer? Do you have any musical inspirations?
Musical inspirations. I would have to say, growing up, it was always like Ice Cube, Scarface. Listening to all the old school rappers. Then as I got older, like the Lil Waynes, the more of the lyricists. The Kendrick Lamars. I ain't gonna lie. I like Big 30. I love gangster rap. You know what I mean? I'm from that. That is me. I'm from the streets.
But didn't mean to cut you off. But since your former girlfriend passed, that's when it was strictly cancer.
Yeah, and it came to a point when like I was doing gangster rap. Then I stopped doing gangster rap. A friend of mine came and said, "Man, you want to do a Buckeye song?" So I said, "Yeah." So we sat down and wrote my first Buckeye song. It was called "Who Want It." 107.5 plays. It was like, who want it? Who want it? Who want it with OSU? Man, who mess around with my Buckeyes? Who want to get big in this shoe? And I'm just asking, who want it? Who want it? And we was just talking about Ohio State. At that same particular time was when Mimi had kind of like around 2016, 2017 caught cancer.
Well, since you brought up the OSU, Ohio State University, let's talk about the song you did, the Buck Boys featuring DJ Big ROD. It was called Legends OHIO. How'd you get involved in that?
Well, the DJ, the producer, Rod, we all went to Independence together. Roger and his brother, Roger Harper, they played for Independence, and then they both went to Ohio State. One of them went pro, one of them didn't go pro, and one of them was always doing music as a DJ. So with the ties to Ohio State, when we was always making all these Buckeye songs, and we went to Ohio State, and Ohio State said, "This is what we want. We want somebody. We don't want you just rapping about we don't want you to rap about Ohio State and then go back to, well, my name is such and such. We want you to strictly talk about Ohio State." So when we formulated the lyrics for Legends, we sat down and we pulled out those names, and we sat down and we formulated the songs where all we talk about is Ohio State, not about us.
How long did it take y'all to make that track? It's a great production, by the way. I'm gonna show them the last chorus of the song in your verse, because your verse is the best part of the song. I gotta tell you.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, but how long did it take for y'all to make that?
But it took a while. Me and my producer, we sat down and we wrote that song. Me and Harp, his name is Roger Harper. Me and Harp wrote that song. I mean, it took days, weeks to sit down, and sometimes you might get a verse done in an hour. Sometimes it might take 2 or 3 days to find out what you want to say. But I love that Legend songs, man.
Urban Meyer, Bruce, the list goes on, and that's the truth. We the Buck Boys, rapping in this booth. It's the best damn song, and that's the living proof.
1, 2, 3, 4. That is the sound when it's time to go to war. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the sound when it's time to go to war. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the sound when it's time to go to war. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the sound when it's time to go to war.
Best damn band in the land. Every time we score, we dance. OHIO. This is for my Buckeye fans. Pete Johnson, John Hicks, Will Smith had skills. Carlos Hyde on the field. Terrell Pryor, keep it for real. Tailgating in the horseshoe. Hanging out on High Street. Watching out for Robert Smith and commentating with Herb Street. Carlos was the star on your parade. Bet you Jim was still your wagon. Les Horvath was brave. He went to war for the scarlet and the gray. Keith Byers lost the shoe and still scored anyway. Don't gamble against Chris. And what about Zach Dumas' hit? Ezekiel Elliott and Vic Janowitz. Braxton Miller with the spin move when he went pro, he's still a beast. Corey Springer, your rest in peace, and Monk Fishkin with a losing streak. Buckeye City didn't come proud, but Quiet Storm, we still a monster. Jim Lassay, Bill Willis, Todd Bell, and Casamoy.
Has anybody from the OSU staff or any producers hit you guys up to make more records for them, or will there be more records for OSU?
Oh, yeah. Yes, definitely. Ohio State loves you know, anybody, you know, your ideas or what you can do about Ohio State. It's just all about how you want to say it and what you want to talk about. Because, like, you know, like people like me, I'm a Ohio State fan. You know what I mean? We worship Ohio State. You know what I mean? These games. So, but yeah, they have they've asked us to they've asked us to do songs, and you know.
So how many times do you go over a verse until you're satisfied with it? Like when you, like your creative process, when you writing your rhymes, what's going through your mind once you're writing them down? Like, what's your creative process when you're writing your songs?
When I write my songs, I look for the main fact that I can grab you with. Like for example, like I had a song called "The Cure," and I say, "Here's a quick fact. Did you know that cancer is responsible for 1 out of 8 deaths?" Then after that, I got to back it up with another fact worldwide. And you know what's really scary? 5 to 10% of all cancers are environmental or hereditary. So it's just all about, you have to keep hitting them back to back to back with the lyrics, because especially when you're dealing with facts. Because see, like, you got somebody that's rapping about the streets. I don't know if it's facts. I don't know if you did all that.
Right. So what do you want your legacy to be? Like, what's the Loudmouth? What do you want Loudmouth to be, you know, recognized for or remembered for?
I want to be remembered for my fight against cancer, for me losing my girlfriend. When my girlfriend died from cancer, you know, that's kind of like just sparked it. I stopped all other forms of writing, any other forms of music. And I'm just talking about like rap. I write singing songs. I write songs about God. I write positive. I write a lot of songs. But I thought that me and her formulated this together before she died. You know, and that's why in my verse I say write a song. When she say write a song about me, the fact is to leave a legacy of cancer awareness through music. You know, that somebody else, you know, later on down the line, that I would have inspired a whole generation of cancer fighters, whether if it's music, praise, worship, just dancing in the streets, whatever you can do to get out there and be involved in this fight against cancer. Because I believe it's not just here in America, it's all over the earth. It's all over in every cancer's out there in that universe. We don't know if other life forms are dealing with cancer, because that's the one thing that we can't seem to stop.
Can you freestyle, or can you like show us something you've been working on?
Yeah, I'll do one for you. Yeah. Genetic changes from environmental exposures can cause cancer to arise. Genetic changes may also occur as cells in our bodies divide. As cancer, genetic disease. Genes control the way cells grow and also multiply. Cells are the building blocks. Cells got a copy of your genes like instruction manuals to survive. Genes are section of DNA that carry instructions to make a protein or several protein. Scientists found various mutations, alterations, cancer spread by a few of these means. Accumulation of genetic changes over the years turns healthy cells into cancerous one. The discovery of the breaker 1 and breaker 2 changes and improves screening treatment for cancers of the breast and ovarian. Cancer can pass from parents to children. Genetic changes in cancer cannot be passed down, but inherited genetic changes can be passed down if present in the egg or the sperm cell. That's why cancer runs in families. 10% of all cancer inherited. Genetic changes. Inheriting cancer doesn't mean you get cancer. It's increased risk. And yep, that's just dangerous. What is family cancer syndrome? Family cancer syndrome is hereditary cancer. It's a rare disorder where family members have a high risk of developing a particular type of cancer. You should get screened. You should get tested. Scientists hunt down and destroy these types of tumors all the time because they don't want no cancer on your bloodline. Cancer is one of the world's biggest killers. 10 million deaths in 2020. But now scientists are using artificial intelligence, precision oncology mixed with DNA sequencing, breakthroughs in DNA sequencing for 12,000 tumors for diagnosing pancreatic, breast cancer, lung cancer, colon cancer. Death rates were falling way before the pandemic. Medical advances continue to fight cancer. Here are some recent developments. Precision oncology is molecular characteristics of just what a tumor is telling us. Identify changes in cells that be causing the cancer grow, spread, and develop. Precision oncology are targeted treatments. Now we fighting cancer with artificial intelligence. Yeah. Fight for the cure. We gon' race for the cure. We gon' fight for the cure. We gon' race for the cure. Like for the cure, we gon' fight for the cure. We gon' fight for the cure. We gon' fight for the cure. You know you can save the life of a child. Donate to the cause and you will be proud. Awareness, prevention, and treatment is now. All of my doctors stand up, take a bow. See a pink. Let me hear you get loud. Say, oh, hey, oh, wow. Thank you for going that long extra mile. Race for the cure, pep rally, I'm down. I feel the love spent throughout the crowd. Cure for cancer is soon to be found. Chains are broken, no longer we're bound. We're praying to the heavens, may God hear our sound. Sounds of the fans and the spectators posted. Hopes one day that cancer, we own it. Race for the cure, runners in motion. Honoring the life of Susan G. Komen. Nucleus of 23 pairs of chromosomes. Gene tell cells just how to behave. They control how our bodies will grow and develop. A fault is when they start to mutate. Faults make cells start working properly. Become cancer, divide and grow uncontrollably. May happen because of something we're supposed to. Smoke and sunlight, doctors call these carcinogen screen. You should get tested. Scientists hunt down and destroy these types of tumors all the time because they don't want no cancer on your bloodline. You should get screened. You should get tested. Scientists hunt down and destroy these types of tumors all the time because they don't want no cancer on your bloodline. Oncologists can now look within the tumor for genetic or protein abnormalities and harness the power of your own immune system with targeted immunotherapy. You may heard of CAR T-cell therapy, immune checkpoint inhibitors, monoclonal antibodies, treatment, vaccines, and immune system modulators. Our targeted immunotherapies the answer. Re-engineer immune cells attack its own cancer. These clinical trials were used on solid tumors, a breakthrough in science just to treat blood cancers. Some family cancer syndromes at early age develop non-cancer health conditions. For example, familial adenomatous polyposis, changes in the APC gene, bloodline screen. You should get tested. Scientists hunt down and destroy these types of tumors all the time because they don't want no cancer on your bloodline screen. You should get tested. Scientists hunt down and destroy these types of tumors all the time because they don't want no cancer on your bloodline. Although the causes of cancer development are not completely understood, numerous factors increase risk, which many are potentially modifiable. Genetic changes from environmental exposure can cause cancer to arise. Genetic changes may also occur as cells in our bodies divide. The bodies divide.
Derek Ivory, aka Loudmouth, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Derek, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Support the fight against cancer.
Dale,